This video is going to talk about developing your syllabus in MyCC. The last video we had talked about uploading your syllabus as a handout as one alternative. Another alternative was to take the content in your Word document and simply paste it over into MyCC under the syllabus content box. And there is another approach, and when you do the other approach, it essentially looks like something like this. So it has a number of these portlets or boxes on the page, and what you're doing is using the features of MyCC to develop and insert your syllabus in such a way that it becomes a little more dressed up. And so in this particular case, I'm going to talk about setting up a syllabus page that looks something like this. So we're going to go back over to our test course template, and this time I'm going to start by removing all the prior content. That's what the little trash can is here. If I want to edit, that's the pencil. Trash can is the delete. So I'll delete all my content there. And I want to then come into my syllabus and add an element. So elements are little boxes of things that we put in. This is going to be our general info off our syllabus page. So I can just take and copy that. Over here. And again, it copies and pulls some of that formatting off. So if you do want formatting on it, you'll have to do that at this point. And that's all I want to put into that box. So when I'm done, make sure there's no extra spaces at the end, and I save it. So that's my first element there. I want to add a second element to the page, and this one is going to be my catalog course description. And I'll just take all of that just as it is out of the catalog. And I go over here and I'm going to paste that one in. Except for in this particular case, I want to put up here course description. Like that. Make sure I don't have extra spaces at the bottom, and when I go down this page to the bottom, I can save that. Now if I wanted to look at what this looks like on the page, it's coming up and has these separators for each element. And each time I add a box to that, I can do this syllabus in 2 columns. I can put more content on the right-hand side. But this is for a downloadable file. So this is not quite the box I need on the right-hand side. So I'm going to edit the page. I'm going to drop back here a minute. And at the top right, you'll see edit the page. And you're able to add content to a page. Now I just want a free form content box added. If I had other things I wanted to put on a particular page, there are a whole series of features you can put on any page you want and then adjust where it remains on the page, so under layout. In this case, I just want the freeform content box. I don't want to call it freeform content, so I'll continue this as particular one, and I'm not certain what we're going to call it at this point, grading and assessment. Something like that. And under layout, I'm going to put that under the right-hand side. And the way you do this is you click on one of the portlets, we just added grading and assessment, and you see there's a gray side and a white side. So this is on the left. I click on it, it turns blue, and then I point to the other side and click in the white box, and it moved it over. So I save that, and when I come back up the top, this is what we call the breadcrumb trail. The last part says syllabus, so I click on that. Again, everything's a live link. So now here's my grading and assessment. So that's probably what I'll put over into that side of the page. Methods of assessment is what they call it here. The top one was readings. I don't know that I'll put that up on the new one, but we'll see. So we go back to our test course, and we're ready to add some more content to it. So I'm happy with purpose and course design and course requirements. So let me add these over here on my course. I come in and go, I need a new element. And this element is going to be purpose. I come down here and paste in my information. Looks like I got more than I needed, so I'm going to cut that back out. And I dress up my purpose. I don't need the words in there twice. So, and I can save. So if I come back to my page again, I'll see I've got course description and purpose coming on. Again, if I go to the top, edit my content, I'm ready to add another element. And in this case, there's my course design, content design. And I'm going to put that up in the header. You get the idea. You can play with that as much as you want. When I go back to the main page, I now see that I have purpose, course design. So that's how you set this up. Over on the grading and content side, or assessment side rather, I might go over there and find that place in my syllabus where we're talking about assessment. So here's my grading policy and assessments. First I'll do the grading policy. And again, this would be grading policy. I kind of like dressing it up, so we'll just do a quick dress up here. Make sure I don't have extra spaces at the bottom in my save. And I'm going to take the word grading policy out of there, and I save that. Click back on my main course link at the top. Now I have my grading policy there. Same thing if I want to do assessments, I add a new element. Go to my Word document, strategies for student performance. And I probably don't want to put that in there because that looks like well, that might be the actual assignments that are due. So I want to leave the assignments for coursework. So I'll leave that off for now. I might put the library into this section. I might I like the required and recommended readings. Maybe I'll put that at the top. So we'll go back over here. So instead of having a downloadable syllabus on this page, I may want to have another one of my custom quick add freeform content, and this one will be readings. And we create it. And under layout, I want readings to be over on the right-hand side at the top. And to get it to go up to the top, I use this little arrow, highlight it and arrow it up. So it's above gradings. I'm going to save that. If I didn't want that downloadable syllabus on the page, I would go back to content, and I see the downloadable here. And I'm just going to hit the little delete trash can so that it goes away. Now when I click back on my page, I'm now looking at readings here. So I want to add the content, and this will be required readings. And probably I'll just put just the requireds on this page. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it differently. I'll go back and I'll just make the recommended and change these things to blue. Means I want to just change my title here to readings only. And when I go to the bottom of the page out here, I can save that. If I wanted to put a picture of a book on this thing, I could do that. So example, doing a picture of a book, I'm going to edit my readings. This is not the correct book, but it'll give you the idea. Say I want to put a picture in here. I go to the bottom of the section, and I'm going to add an image. In this particular case, I've got one on my desktop that I can use. It's a picture of a book. I upload the picture like that. Now, if I want to look at that picture, I can actually take that book and bring them up here to the top and drop them on the page. I can tell them to be centered, and I don't really want it in the word required right in the middle of the word here, so I'm going to fix that. And perhaps one more space so that it looks good on the page. And I go to the bottom and save. Now we come back to our course, and this is how it looks. We've got our readings here, our grading policy. So that's what it takes to set up the syllabus. It's a little more complicated, but again, anything you do here can be carried forward to other courses. So when I'm looking at another course, there's one version of that particular course. Here's my MMG 725 course. I've actually arranged it in 3 columns. So I have my readings, library information, standards, course objectives, outcomes, disability. So you can see that I've done it pretty much the way we're discussing here. It's a little more complex, but when I get to the next semester, all I do is go down to the bottom, hit copy course, and copy it forward. So a good syllabus can be copied forward and then adjusted. And that concludes this video.